What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review, or as in other words, the Superstar Shakeup tonight, as this is a double night thing. Who's gonna go to Raw tonight, and who's gonna go to SmackDown tomorrow night? And as this Shakeup, as I will say tonight, there were a lot of picks. Some could go somewhere, some I'm not really a big fan of, but as we got into night one of the Superstar Shakeup, Cole and them talked about what was gonna happen. Kurt Angle came out and he was gonna speak on the whole Superstar Shakeup until the first pick of the Shakeup, who is now on Raw, God help us, Jinder Mahal and Sunil Singh out there. As Mahal pretty much came to the ring, so he dominated SmackDown, and he would do the same on Raw, and he had a list of demands. But Kurt Angle pretty much told him, "Hey, listen, I got an email for you, okay? Here it is right here. It's Kurt Angle at nofreakinway.com." And he says, "You know what? You're gonna sell in the ring, cause you have to prove yourself tonight, and you're gonna put your U.S. Championship on the line against someone in the back." Next thing you know, Jeff Hardy comes out in actually a really good match out there with him and Mahal. But since I feel like this is kind of hot shot title booking right here, Jeff Hardy is the new U.S. champion, which now makes him a double Grand Slam champion. So Jeff Hardy, another title win for him. Jinder Mahal, and this makes no sense too. So let me get this straight. This guy won at WrestleMania and held the title for the week just to drop it to Jeff Hardy a week later. This makes no sense. And listen, as soon as I saw this match and it ended, I'm like, okay, triple threat match. Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, a backlash, because Orton won that number one contender and Jinder gets a rematch. But I don't know if this is a bigger plan for this, because I have no problem with Jeff Hardy winning. Now, is Jeff Hardy going to take the U.S. title back to SmackDown if he is drafted? Because I'm thinking if we're going to put Jinder on Raw, we might as well move Seth Rollins on SmackDown. That was kind of confirmed for me. But now, since Jeff Hardy has won the title, will he be on SmackDown tomorrow night? I feel like he's going to be, but we'll find out and see. If not, Seth Rollins will move on to Monday Night Raw. But then, pretty much, Jinder Mahal, he's invoking his rematch clause at the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. So this is now my new thing I'm kind of thinking of. Since they wanted to do hot shot booking tonight, I feel like Jinder's gonna get the belt back at the Royal Rumble, and then they're gonna continue this whole Orton thing at Backlash. That's kind of the thing. I look at it, but I cannot be really sure. Hey, I said Jinder was gonna win a WrestleMania, and I was right about that. But it makes no sense, and I got no problem with Jeff Hardy being the champion, but it kind of makes no sense he wins the title for 1 week and then loses it right after he won at WrestleMania. That just didn't make a lot of sense to me. And then it was kind of out of No Way Jose just kind of went around dancing. I didn't understand that. That was kind of odd. Sasha went against Bayley after that in a really good match, I will say that, but it kind of ended in DQ since Sasha had the bank statement in. And then next thing you know, the next call-ups, the entire Riot Squad, who were pretty much nothing on SmackDown to the point in time. Is it really going to be better on Monday Night Raw? Riot is good, but the other two are not really that good, between Logan and Morgan right there. And they looked like they were losing to everybody on SmackDown anyways. So they didn't really look that dominant. I don't see what putting them on Raw is going to make a difference. And now it just pretty much makes you believe that Absolution will go back with Paige. So you're just switching stuff around. You're going to put the 3-woman squad on Raw, and then you're going to put the rest of the 3-woman squad on SmackDown, even though one of them is the general manager. Now, if we see Bayley or Sasha move, that would be an interesting move, because there were literally only 4 women that were moved tonight. So I could see somebody going, but yeah, I see Absolution moving on to SmackDown. Sasha and Bayley, maybe, just maybe, if they go to SmackDown tomorrow night. It's a bet, but I'm willing to put on it. Next thing we know, Authors of Pain went against Slade and Rhino, which actually kind of got some offense in for some reason. But it was just kind of a showcase match with Authors of Pain. They already dropped Paul Ellering. I knew Paul Ellering probably wasn't going to do the schedule, but I thought they could at least lay it up to something because he was a big part of that act and everything. But I said this already last week about Paul Ellering being dropped. I'm sure he'll probably go manage another team in NXT, but I don't know how the Authors of Pain gonna do on their own. Hopefully they don't ruin them like they did the Revival on Monday Night Raw. But hey, Vince likes big guys, so they'll probably go somewhere. Right on Slater move back, I don't know. Next thing you know, Miz TV happened as they introduced the newest members of Raw, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Even though they had to wrestle each other last week, it couldn't happen because it was a no contest last week. But Miz got on the mic saying, you know, we're bigger than the NWO, even though I believe the NWO was formed here, I believe, in this city in Hartford. And if I'm right, I may be wrong, probably, but in the 92 Olympic Dream Team, and they're the WWE version of the Avengers. As they move over Infinity War, this is what's going down right here, and we're gonna change the landscape of WWE and Raw in our image. As Miz was going to call the shots, Kurt Angle came out and said, you don't have control of anything around here, okay? And he said pretty much Owens and Zayn lost their opportunity, but Sami Zayn, pulling out his reading glasses, in a note, Stephanie McMahon pretty much sent an email saying that Kurt Angle has been overruled and that both Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have contracts and are now officially part of Monday Night Raw. Hopefully this is a better run for these two on Raw than what happened last time. Yes, Kevin Owens was champion last time, but he was booked as damn near Jericho's sidekick. And yes, a chicken shit champion, but it was mostly to get Roman over a lot. He lost to Goldberg. Sammy, it should be going good for Sammy now because he did nothing on Raw last time he was on here. But as pretty much Kurt Angle didn't like what was going on, Angle said, I'm surprised Stephanie had time to write it after Rousey nearly ripped her arm off. And then next thing you know, he pretty much received a call from Shane McMahon and Paige. And that general manager, well, the former one, Daniel Bryan, said, Miz is now on here, and Miz says you can't do that, but Angle says I can and I did. So this is your last night on here. But Miz says as the whole Mr. was gonna go, but Kurt Angle says no, they're not coming with you. It's just you going to SmackDown. So we already know one person's going on SmackDown, and that's the Miz. Now everybody's pretty much now looking forward to the Miz versus Daniel Bryan since that Talking to Smack thing, and everybody thinks it's gonna be feud of the year now. I don't know. I'm surprised that actually people are really still going back into that. Kind of forgot about it after a while. But that's supposed to be the feud of the year, as people want to put it. But pretty much Kurt Angle said it would be a 5-man tag with pretty much Miz, Raj, Owens, and Zayn versus Bo Dallas, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley. Did I say Bo Dallas? My bad. Braun Strowman and a mystery partner. So that was gonna happen tonight. So Miz going back to SmackDown, which it's best to put him on SmackDown because he's been the same like he was on SmackDown before. He's mostly just been fighting for the Intercontinental titles most of the time, really, because that's all they really had him in on Monday Night Raw. It's just going back after that Intercontinental Championship. Next thing you know was pretty much the number one contender shot for a shot at the Raw Tag Team titles in the whole Great Royal Rumble. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus the Revival. Pretty much Matt and Bray won with a twist of fate type of Wyatt was picking up, didn't get a twist of fate on him. So they will go against the Bar at the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. Even though I felt like they didn't get that big reaction when they came out, Hardy, because there was some delete chants, but it wasn't a lot of them. So I'm not sure, but it's best to give this team some time. And I know they came out, and it was like a Blue Lantern Bray Wyatt had coming out to the ring tonight. So that was pretty good. The entrance is very all over the place. I will say that. First it goes to Hardys, then it goes to Wyatts, then it goes back to Hardys. Kind of an all over the place entrance. As for the Revival, pretty much they got killed right here. Hopefully they're gonna go to SmackDown. Looks like, because they they need to go, okay? Because they've done nothing with them on Raw. And then again, I think what hurt them is that they've been injury prone. One was hurt when they came in, and then the other one got hurt. Hopefully they do better on SmackDown, because these guys were killing NXT. Monday Night Raw, they're pretty much job guys then. Because that, I will say, hopefully they do go to SmackDown, but until then, it's 1, 2, 3, as Cody would say, fuck the revival. Next thing you know, they pretty much now they announced that every pay-per-view is now dual branded in this very bad, like, lip sync rap song collaboration, which was very bad. I don't know why would you play this. This was kind of dumb to announce it was gonna be dual branded pay-per-views. If this is dual branded, this is gonna be longer than usual, like WrestleMania or SummerSlam type of longer than usual when it's their big four. I understand putting all the shows together when it's the big four shows, but it's kind of overkill when you're gonna do it on every single pay-per-view, and it starts off with Backlash. So yeah, and it's Sheamus and Cesaro were talking about the whole Hardy and Wyatt winning. Another pick was brought up, Breezango. Hopefully they do something with these two, since they wrote the bar citation for their fashion. Hopefully they do something, because they need it, okay? They've done nothing on SmackDown. It was fun when they were doing the Fashion Files, but then that got moved to WWE.com. What have they done? Nothing since. Job guys. Will they go somewhere? Hopefully, but I don't know. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle were backstage, as they had another pick, as, Rousey said she couldn't believe Stephanie, but Kurt Angle told her to watch Stephanie come back harder. Natalya came in and pretty much hugged Rousey, as she is now part of SmackDown since her and Rousey had trained together. Natalya's Natalya, so whatever. I'm not. I guess we'll get into her in a second. Ember Moon went against Mickie James, which literally had no reaction out there. The crowd was very quiet until probably Moon came back and hit the sickest looking Eclipse, and Mickie James sold the hell out of that move, doing a freaking flip when she hit the Eclipse. They had Nia Jackson ringside and Alexa Bliss. I didn't really hear a promo, and she just said she was gonna get her title back. I guess it's I think the rematch is at Backlash, I think. So that's the plan. But pretty much on from there. Yeah, Moon pretty much winning, but the finish did look cool though. I will say that, and it did. The crowd did react to that. They didn't react to most of the match, and when they both came out. Other than hyping the greatest Royal Rumble, Kevin and Sami Zayn were talking to Miz as what they were going to do tonight, and looked at the Miz Taraj since they were talking amongst themselves. So they had to gather the troops since this is Miz's last night on Monday Night Raw. Also in the greatest Royal Rumble, I guess we're doing Undertaker versus Rusev again, that casket match. Even though it was switched to Jericho, now it's back to Rusev. My God, they hate this guy for this much for getting over. Next thing you know, another switch. Dolph Ziggler. I sat there and said, oh God, why did you put him on here? This is not going to go anywhere. Him doing his scratch record, which Ziggler is still heel. And I remember somebody brought up tonight, saying that Ziggler's promo out there was almost identical to Paige's promo when she came back. And since Titus Brand tried to recruit him, Ziggler said, I don't want to join your team. I didn't come alone. Some people think that was a little bit repeat of what Paige's thing is. Next thing you know, NXT called up Drew McIntyre was brought up, and there were Holy Shit chants and McIntyre chants. I did like the Claymore and the zigzag combination move. It looked really cool, I will say that. And people were over for Drew I gotta stop saying Galloway. I can't say that anymore. But Drew McIntyre. Hopefully, I guess both of them are heels, since Ziggler is a heel. Wasn't he a face not that long ago? So, how is he a heel again? Or face? Dude, I don't understand Dolph Ziggler at this point. He's face, he's heel, I don't know. Wins the U.S. title, gives it up, gets a title shot, dubbed back down to jobber status, doing the Andre. Like I said, I hope that 1.5 mil is treating him good, but I don't know. I don't understand Ziggler. put him in a tag team with Drew McIntyre, which listen, it was good they called him up. It was about time. I thought he was going back to NXT, so I'm probably will see another NXT call up tomorrow night on SmackDown. But him being on Raw is a good pick. I'm not really on board with the whole heel tag team with Ziggler, because Ziggler is I just don't know at this point in time. McIntyre should really be a face because he was really great. He did great in NXT. I thought he did really great in TNA when at the time he was a very really great face as a champion. Galloway was at the time over there, so he could cut a very great face promo. But they did kill Titus Brandon. We're getting a lot of tag teams on here tonight too, so be sure to see a lot of tag teams tomorrow night on SmackDown since they keep bringing in people on Raw. I hope they know what to do with McIntyre, Galloway, or whatever. And newsflash, all of 3MB are on Raw at this time. All the former 3MB guys are on Raw. Mahal, McIntyre, Heath Slater, they're all on Monday Night Raw. What if they just turned all together and just formed back into 3MB? That would be crazy, but we don't need to see that again. I hope they know what to do with Galloway and McIntyre. I'm sorry, I keep calling him Galloway for some reason. I know he was Drew McIntyre before, but then I used to call him Galloway. But like I said, I'm not sure with the team right now. Ziggler why? I don't even know if they'll know what to do with him on Raw because they didn't really know what to do with him. I don't think they know what to do with Ziggler at all in any type of way, to be honest. But McIntyre, I hope they know what to do with the guy. A lot of these former TNA guys showing up on Raw, but Roman Reigns came out once again, getting Roman sucks chance and getting booed. He was going to say something about Brock and say he was going to beat him in that cage match and become the full-time Universal Champion, but Samoa Joe pretty much came out and talked about their match at Backlash, and that Reigns, you're quick to brag about, you've been putting in the work, but you're not getting the job done. A great promo he cut out there talking about you haven't done it and you never will. And that Reigns is stupid pretty much to realize his place. And, he won't learn until somebody puts him down for good, and that's going to be him, okay? And he pretty much reminded what Brock did to him as they showed footage of Brock beating the crap out of Reigns in multiple ways. And after that, Reigns says, I've seen everything Lesnar's done. Why don't you come down and let's see what your lazy fat ass can do. And Joe was going to come to the ring, but he backed off and pretty much says, I'll see you at Backlash. I feel like this is the way to say he can't beat Brock, and I'm sure at the cage match he's going to beat Brock, and I'm sure both him and Reigns and Joe are going to face for the Universal Championship, so I won't be surprised if that happens at Backlash, because at this point, I see the title coming off Brock at this point in time, because Mania was one thing, but I think they just want a better reaction in Saudi Arabia because they knew it would get booed out the building at WrestleMania. Natalya went against Mandy Rose. Natalya won, sharpshooter, and then next thing you know, they start beating up Natalya Absolution, which I said they will most likely be on SmackDown tomorrow night. But Ronda Rousey came out for the save and pretty much got him out of the ring. Deville came in since they tried to make this an MMA versus MMA thing. I don't know that much about Sonya Deville's MMA background other than she said she did 2 fights, but a lot of people call her a fake MMA fighter. Rousey pretty much laid in some punches and knocked her like a giant punch down to the ground and helped Natalya out of the ring. Unless Natalya's going to turn heel and she'll go against Rousey, which that's probably going to happen, so I can see that. But Absolution, sending to SmackDown, sending the page. You already put 1 3-woman squad on Raw. Put the rest of the 3 back on SmackDown then. Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, went against Breezango. Breezango getting an upset victory over the Bar. Even though they got faced for the titles. Is this a way to say that the Bar is going to move to SmackDown? I don't know. Or is it an upset victory to be an upset victory? They played a video package for Baron Corbin, who is now coming to SmackDown. Like, wow. Yeah, Ziggler and Corbin, they didn't know what to do with these guys on SmackDown nowadays. Now we put them on Raw. That's kind of crazy. So we're putting them on Raw. That's another one, Corbin. And I don't know if this was true, but it is reports that Zack Ryder was moved to Raw. And I don't know about Mojo Rawley, but Zack Ryder, I see nothing going either way with him, even though he's on Raw. Elias was interviewed. Somebody doesn't need to perform for Hartford, and that Bobby Lashley doesn't matter, and he doesn't deserve to be in the same arena with him. And as he's about to perform, Renee Young had to cut him off then. As the 8-man tag began, I will say, when everybody was coming out, Corey Graves said about Finn Balor, which pretty much, he said the Bullet Club is for everybody, and I'm sure he's going to get a lot of trouble for saying that, and Cole had to pretty much correct him, say it's the Balor Club, and he said, I meant to say Balor Club, but he said the Bullet Club, so, hey, Bullet Club, too sweet. He promoting it, the Bullet Club, too sweet. But, he said the Bullet Club was for everybody, and as they were getting ready for the 10-man tag, who was going to be their 5th partner? Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode came out. I felt like he didn't get that big a reaction coming out there, but like he did, but he didn't at the same time. Pretty much a crazy brawl out there. 10-man tag, pretty good. Strowman was mostly one of the most over people in this match, killing everybody. When it kind of came down the stretch, Miz was going to get the tag on the Miz Taraj, but they left him high and dry, so pretty much Strowman hit him with the power slam for the win, and pretty much we'll see Miz tomorrow night on SmackDown. But as I look for a lot of these guys that were on Raw tonight or moved to Monday Night Raw tonight, especially with one NXT call-up and a title change tonight, it's a lot of things that could go down here, as we saw. Because for Monday Night Raw, you have Jinder Mahal, which pretty much now makes him look weak after losing the U.S. title. So I'll get back to that in a second. You have Jinder Mahal, you have the Riot Squad, you have Zack Ryder for some reason, you have Bobby Roode, you have Dolph Ziggler, you have Drew McIntyre, you have Breezango, I'm just kind of going back over everybody who we have on the show. You have Baron Corbin. Yeah, Baron Corbin. That is another. But pretty much he took most of the Raw, most of the whole SmackDown roster. You have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Wow, they really did take a lot. Basically, most of the SmackDown roster is on Monday Night Raw now. If you want to look at it like that, most everybody on SmackDown is on Monday Night Raw. So that's how I would put it. Is anybody else like it? You have Natalya. So I heard there's supposed to be more picks tomorrow, but if we're just moving the whole show, it's like we're just moving one show to the other. So who could I even see on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night? A lot. But if it's one thing, hopefully Bobby Roode does turn heel. He desperately needs to. Bobby Lashley needs to be heel because he was a great heel in TNA. Roode was just a great heel in NXT. Galloway most likely needs to be a face. Riot Squad, I don't know. Miz Taraj, even though they weren't even drafted, I don't know what that's going to happen to those two guys. I don't know how they're going to go without the Miz because they weren't really doing nothing beforehand. Natalya, I guess they're putting her against Rousey. Breezango, I don't know. Hopefully something. Baron Corbin, they'll find a way. Don't really care. Ziggler and I already said Ziggler and Galloway, but Ziggler, he's tagging with him, so we'll see how this turns out to be. We'll see. Said Breezango, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. It was bound to happen. We already knew it was coming. So Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, not really surprised they were here. But as for SmackDown tomorrow night and who's gonna go where, could we see Jeff Hardy since he is the U.S. champion? Maybe, but I feel like they're going to give Jinder back the title back at the whole Saudi Arabia pay-per-view, and I don't know, it will bring the title back on Raw, and Jeff will maybe be on Raw. I don't know, but I could see Seth Rollins maybe going, since they like to switch the mid-card titles a lot. Finn Balor, even though Coach wants to say now, like, oh, Finn's wearing a blue jacket, is he going to SmackDown? Dude, he's been wearing that blue jacket for over a month and a half now. I've been saying he's going to SmackDown. Almost a month or two. The Revival, God knows they need it. Hopefully something's good for them. Send the club over there too. I could see them. Might as well put the whole Bullet Club on SmackDown while you're at it. Most of them. If you're gonna move Balor, you might as well move the club with him because they're not doing anything. They're just nothing. Revival, they need it. Rollins, like I already said, Rollins. Strowman, maybe. I'm thinking, could there be an NXT call-up? Some people think it's gonna be Andrade Cien Almas, but I think he's still going against Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. Who else do we have on Monday Night Raw? The Bar could be going. It's not a lot of tag teams when you think about it on Raw, but I feel like they may get the title. Well, they may just have Hardy and Wyatt win. I'm really trying to think who else is gonna go to SmackDown, because you sent a lot of crap people over to Raw. I will say, you sent a lot of crap people from SmackDown over to Raw. You really did. Because, like, the beginning of the night, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's gender. Then it's like, oh my God, it's the Riot Squad. Then it's Ziggler. Then it's this person. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I got no problem with. Other people that I could see going to Monday Night Raw, I don't know. Wow, I really should have pulled the full roster up while going over this, but we already put Rude here. I don't see Roman going nowhere. Joe will still be on Monday Night Raw. Other tag teams, maybe. Wow, I said they got some good in the tag division right now, so they got some people they need it. But because what kind of other women could be going to? Sasha going to SmackDown? Please, she needs to change the scenery. Maybe both Sasha and Bayley. When you look at both of them, but they got this feud going on. But I wouldn't be surprised if they moved over to SmackDown tomorrow night. Absolution, send them over there. You send, like I said before, send 3 women to Raw. Send the other 2 back to SmackDown. There you go. You get your 3 women teams right there. Boom, there you go. Now we're going to send 1 woman from there. Send Sasha to SmackDown. I'm going with that idea. If it can't be both her and Bayley, send Sasha. But then again, we'll probably ruin this feud then unless they want to continue it all the way to Backlash. People really thought Rusev was going to get moved tonight. He's going to get killed by Undertaker. They're not going to move Bliss. I don't see that happening. We already moved Miz. Wow, how many people did they get in total tonight? Like 10, 11 people? Because, like I said, you moved most of SmackDown to Raw, so you're going to move most of the Raw to SmackDown. Elias? Maybe. Bobby Lashley? Not really sure. Anybody else from NXT? I already said Almas, but, anybody else from on NXT? I don't know, Nah, I gotta bring up the Velveteen Dream. I don't see it happening. But, I don't really know. Just have to find out tomorrow night. But, like I said, Raw, they got a lot of picks tonight that are from SmackDown. Some of these guys were not going anywhere on that show anyways. Hopefully, it is a change for a lot of these guys. Hopefully, they turn heel or something, like I said, with Rude or Lashley. But he's already part of it. Ziggler and Galloway being a team. Breezango, I don't know. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, we knew they were coming. Jinder, we already know what probably the plan is after the I don't even know why I'm going over this whole hot shot booking again. We already know. Natalya, mostly going against Rousey. Riot Squad is whatever. Unless Sasha and Bayley are going to fight the Riot Squad now. That could be something. Corbin, I don't know. I don't know Corbin. Wow, I've pretty much gone everybody over multiple times. I don't know why I keep repeating that. But, yeah, that's my review for Monday Night Raw tonight in the Superstar Shakeup. We'll see who is moved on tomorrow night, who's going to go where, whatever show is going to go to SmackDown. But I heard it's going to be more people going to Raw tomorrow in the afternoon. I think they said it was going to continue. But, hey, expect to see most of the Raw roster on the SmackDown roster tomorrow night. But, hey, I am out of here. Hope you enjoyed this review of Monday Night Raw and this Superstar Shakeup. I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace. Check out my reviews, like, reactions, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think about this show tonight. I am out of here. Peace out.